Good morning. Hey, thought I'd bring you along and show you the morning routine. We're going to go out and milk some goats. The first thing I'm going to do, though, is I got some banana peels because our, boy, I take magnesium and potassium are also very good for goats, and they just love them. Here we go. Yeah, you think maybe they know it's coming? Let me back this up a bit. See if I can get them. They love bananas. They like the peels. Uh-oh. That is Brew right there. And this is Bear. And they do love bananas. Banana peels. That's Chester back there. He's a Nigerian. He stays a little further away. He's not as excited about bananas. And this is my accomplice. That is Ace. He follows me just about everywhere. And that's Mia coming in. The cats seem to like to go in the barn. Well, let's go turn the lights on in the barn and commence to feeding. You guys hungry? There you go. This is Helen and Easter. There are two guard donkeys. Donkeys are phenomenal herd protectors, and they keep all the critters safe. We've never lost an animal to a predator as long as we've had the donkeys. This is Chipper. He's a wether, but he's kind of like Uncle Chipper. He looks out for the young ones, like this one, and he's nearly full grown, but he's a Nigerian dwarf. And it's another one. And they're doing what donkeys do, what goats do best. Playing around and challenging each other and growing up. Okay, we put a little grain in here. We get our feed made custom because we get a half ton at a time, and that works out pretty well for us. The girls will go through that in about a month. Okay, Beatrice, it's your turn first. She knows right where she's going. This is an iodine solution. It's just an antiseptic. It's not only does it clean off any bacteria that might be on the teat, but it also keeps any bacteria from going up into her teat and causing what's called mastitis. And that is a very, very bad thing. Okay, come on over this way a little bit. There we go. I don't know if you can see it because I'm not behind the camera. I'm over to the side here. We just use a peanut butter jar. I know people, they say they gotta have glass on everything, but you know what? This is polycarbonate plastic. It's probably the most safe, dense plastic material there is. And it works really well for our needs. And then I put it in a glass jar. Let me switch hands here so that maybe you can see it better. She's taming down. All our girls are just kind of winding down on their milk season. We only have 2 who are in milk right now. This is Beatrice. She, when she's fresh, when she's just starting into the milk season, we get a gallon of milk from her every day. And we generally milk them every 12 hours. But at the very end of their cycle, they drop down to only once a day. And then that will start getting less and less milk until finally we just stop and they don't have such a milk load that it puts them into pain and swelling. But this is her every day. We do this in the morning. We used to do it every morning, every evening. And this is, folks, this is fresh squeezed milk. Now this is Callie. She's a Nigerian. You can see she's a lot shorter, smaller goat. And she's also at the very end of her milk cycle. We're probably only going to get maybe a pint out of her. But it's still enough that if we don't take the milk off, she'll be uncomfortable. I squirt a little bit. The first, at first, right after I clean the teat, I will, I'll squirt the first squirt goes on the ground, or some people collect it and look at it, but I can tell just by that to make sure that there's no problem, and it also cleans out the milk channel. If there's any bacteria growing in there or anything, it'll kind of blast it out, cleans it up, makes sure that the milk stays fresher, sweeter longer. That's it for that side. That's all for that one side. This side will be a little more. Some, one side of the goat, one side of the udder will produce a little more milk than the other. And I've noticed sometimes one teat will be easier to have an easier milk flow than the other. And their babies know. Boy, they know which one is quick and easy and which one takes a little more work to get breakfast. And goats are lazy just like we are. Callie is a good milker. She's got good shape, good size for my big hands. And the milk flows real easy for her. See, about half as much, but she's half the size of goat. And there's our milk for today. Almost 2 quarts, just a little bit. Some of that on top is foam, so it won't, it'll settle down. But that's quite a bit of milk for us. We turn a lot of it into cheese, and that's almost a 10-to-1 reduction, because it takes 10 pounds of milk to make 1 pound of the solids, the curds that make up the cheese. And when you're done, you get 9 pounds of whey and 1 pound of cheese. So think of that next time you see how expensive cheese is. There's a reason. It's 10 times more than the cost of the milk. Okay, well, we're going to let her keep going, and we're going to go get the feed ready for our goats, for the rest of the herd. There's Sassy. She's liking to be outdoors. She's used to be an indoor cat, but when we got her fixed, she found out it's a whole lot of fun to be out here with her brothers, but they're doing just good. They're all just loving the barn. All right, we're gonna go feed these little bucks, these big bucks out here. Oops, we're gonna get the water out of this one. That's very unusual for here. We haven't had rain in a long time. It has been a long drought. We don't get a lot of rain in the summer. That's their dry spot. Now this fence is kind of crumpled. This is the fence that Terry and I had to put up in a real big hurry, because we got here 4 days before the animals did, and we had a couple of paddocks to get up in a hurry. You can see those fence lines in the back there. They are much straighter, much cleaner. This is my metal pile. I need to haul this to the dump, but now I need to put some hay over here, because their hay holder, or their hay feeder, is getting a little low. So let's go get some hay. Hello, Ace. Hello, Sassy. Sassy. There's Mia. She's the old girl. She's been with us longer than any of them. And I haven't seen a mouse or rat since we got the cats. So I guess they're doing their job. But I don't see any mouse carcasses or rat carcasses, but we don't see them here either. So evidently, by the fact of not having any feed sacks ripped open or any of the rest, evidently we don't have any mice or rats. We have possum though. The cats almost share their food with them. They're big enough. They're not going to take after those. Okay, well, this about does it. take this milk in and filter it. You can see the foam has gone down. Critters are fed. Everybody's happy for now. There's our water catchment testing area, but it's working. I mean, we're getting a good amount of water in there. If you can see those water lines, they're doing pretty good. And I will pump the water out of this into this one, so that because I'm only catching it on the one side. But like I said, it's just a test. Later, we're going to get a big tank, maybe a 1,500 gallon tank, and we will be setting that up behind that hay wagon in that side of the shed and collecting it on that side of the barn. So always a job, always work to do. It never ends. There are major jobs to do in any direction. Like I said, you could throw a cat in any direction and hit a major job. But there's our 4 cats, 3 of them there, 1 of them there. Catch you later. Hope you enjoy it. Bye.